What's up, everybody? You looking for some answers? You want to know what's going to go on in your career? You want to know what's going to go on in your love life? You want to know what kind of wave is coming your way? Well, guess what? You just found the right channel. The Bodhi Bros! I'm Phoenix Ray.
I'm John with a J, and we are back at it. Disco lights ablazing over there, aviators in full effect, Top Gun style. I brought out the rainbow scarf. We're both Bodhi beat it up. I mean, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
this is going to be special. If you're tuned in and turned on to this channel right now, folks, get ready because I feel like we're feeling it. We just had a almost exhausting warm up session together, just rehashing our week. So here we are. I'm sipping on some straight chlorine here, folks. Let me tell you right now. Relax. It's not chlorine, folks. Don't drink chlorine. It's what I like to call my, and this could be an eventual Bodhi Bros product. I don't know. We'll see. We need to have merch. That maybe this is an endeavor we launch together. I call it my powder of three power. My power of three powders. I always pick like three ingredients. They're usually powdered. In this case today, I have some MSM crystals, some sulfur, right, and some matcha green tea powder, and some cacao. So I'm blowing shit up here, man. This is
There you go,
energizing.
man.
It's anti-inflammatory. I
Bring
mean,
those flames
it's
down.
right. It's I mean, and all the wonderful things that matcha does for your body. Look it up. I'm not a doctor, a
So,
medical
so
professional, but
today what we got is the energetic reading for 7-11. So go grab your slushie, sit down,
no slush.
and enjoy the ride.
Yes, enjoy the ride.
What deck you
Oh,
got today?
what I got decks.
You got
Decks.
decks?
Decks. I've got decks. I've got three decks,
You got
Ray.
big decks?
I've got big decks, and I cannot lie. I'm going to start off with the Starseed Oracle deck. Beautiful cards. Haven't touched this deck enough. Watch how sexy this is. Speaking of, oh,
Whoa.
triangle. I
I
mean,
like that. It's like Starseed because
it's
it's like a spaceship. Kind of like.
It is. I'm wiping the drool off at the corner here. Okay, love this deck. We're doing what are we doing? Career first, then relationship,
Career,
then general.
relationship, and then just general incoming energy. I'm
Okay.
staying this today. I like to stick with one deck lately. I am going with the Wild Unknown.
Dude, I gotta say, I gotta take a moment here. I love the decks that you find and you bring into this mix. They're very different than mine, but I mean, you've picked some amazing. I want to get the decks that you've acquired over the years and have them in my personal collection. I'm just saying, you've picked
Thanks, man. You
some
got some
winners.
sexy decks too, man.
So that's the back of my card. Folks, if you don't know how this works, I'll make it quick and simple. You could pick Ray, you could pick me. You could set an intention for both of us. If you want that card or if you want this card, ask two different questions about career. Doesn't have to be necessarily be about your 9 to 5 or your midnight tour shift. It could be about an artistic project, something as it relates to working, or producing something creatively or otherwise. Okay, no
Yeah,
rules. There we go. That's career. Same thing when we go to relationship, but we'll rehash when we get to that. I'm gonna shuffle them up.
I like to give
Whoa.
3 knocks.
Do you? I like to give three
Kind of
shakes.
clear that energy from like past readings or whatever, or any kind of hogwash.
All about that power of three, baby. I'm telling you, powder of 3T. And look, you can think about that too, man, as we shuffle up our decks and put our attention into the incoming energetic energy. This is for next week, folks, not this week. If you want that diagnosis, check out the previous episode, by the way.
Yeah,
But
this
yeah,
is
think
for
about the
7-11.
verse, Ray. Think about the just how many different combos we can come up with these teas, man. I mean, you could do vitamin C. Give me another powder.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D, and then reishi powder. Like, boom, boom, bang. Like, just three. I mean, I don't know how good that would taste, but, we could get into that, as we develop. Anyway, just a thought.
Maybe some shiitake mushroom.
Oh, three different mushrooms. I mean, why not, man? That would be a nice little treat. Some lion's mane. Some. What'd you say?
Some shiitake
Some
mushroom.
shiitake, some lion's mane, and give me a third one. Go.
Echinacea.
Boom. Boom. Immunity system overload. Too much goodness.
All
All right.
right.
All right. Here we go.
Let's do one. We're gonna start off with career. So we're each gonna pick a card. You could, like he said, you could pick my card or your card or whatever card you want. All right, man. So I got my deck.
I got
my
mine.
card. Ooh.
Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it.
I have the
Earthed. It says earthed.
I can't even pronounce this word. Hierophant? The Hierophant? Earthed. Get earthed.
Get earthed, baby. Take off your shoes.
I
Connect.
got the look at this one. This one's kind of goth looking. The
Whoa.
Hierophant.
Whoa.
This
How's
is,
it?
so
I don't know. Potato, tomato. I don't know. Tomato. Hierophant.
Hierophant?
I don't know. I've never heard the word
I know
before.
it's in the major arcana. So
All right. Earthed. Let's see. Oh, I opened right to the page. Page number 62 for any of you numerology
why don't you start off?
friends out there. Sure. Sure. Okay. I'm going to start off. That's fine. I'm going to get my old man John with a J reading light. What? I love the effect. Okay. Oh, it makes it so much easier. All right. The challenge for all souls having a human experience is to be in the world, but not of it. To realize they are souls having a human experience and be fully conscious of it. To have their soul fully embody their body. People's personalities tend to relate to either transcendence or immanence. Those who lean toward transcendence have a longing for the heavens and the metaphysical. They yearn for a personal experience with God and to be lost in the heavens. They're envious of the angels and are more comfortable praying and hanging out in the stars than on earth. Those who tend toward immanence have attached themselves more to earth and their body. They spend more time thinking about things in this physical world rather than connecting with the heavens or their own mystical inner worlds. Being a fully embodied soul having a human experience means finding the balance between transcendence and immanence, being in the world, but not of it. Okay. Most star seeds are drawn toward transcendence. They're more comfortable with the angels and the heavens. Life on earth can be more difficult for them. If this is you, you're being reminded that you chose to be a soul in a body on earth, and you're being called to focus more on your energies in the physical world, to learn how to be human, a soul in a human body, fully present to what life on earth has to offer you. Starseed Soul Inquiry. Do you tend to long for the stars or be more in the physical? How can you find greater balance between the two? Okay.
Well, what I got out of that is definitely what it said about balance. And I think kind of what that balance is kind of going for something that brings some kind of spiritual fulfillment, some personal fulfillment, as well as fulfillment in maybe monetary. Um, a lot of people have jobs that just maybe pay well, and it's not really fulfilling to them on a spiritual level. Their heart's not really into it. So, they're making good money, they have a good job behind a desk, maybe they have a good title or status, but it's not enough for them. I think you could relate to that. It's like it's not really fulfilling. They want to do something that's more be more on a spiritual level, something that's more fulfilling in here in the heart. But sometimes that may mean looking for maybe that means looking for another job. Maybe that means quitting your job and doing something that you enjoy. Maybe that just means doing something else on the side. Keep that job, and maybe you're not in a position to quit your job and just start something new, start a new business, or open a metaphysical shop, or whatever that is that you know, brings purpose to your soul, you can't do that. But maybe you could do something on the side. You know, maybe you could start writing a book or start doing, you know, tarot card readings or start doing Reiki meetups. Something else on, you know, that brings you that fulfillment on the spiritual side. You know, because it seems like there's that division between, you know, like they said, you know, people who go for towards their soul, people who are more earthly, and you got to have that balance. And as well as too, sometimes, you know, at work too, you gotta. Some people may have a challenge of staying grounded too in their jobs and being present. And so a lot of times a spiritual practice could be is making your job into a spiritual practice as well. You know, and part of that is also is how you, a lot of that is perception. You know, maybe you could see it as what you do is an act of service towards others. You know, you could start seeing people, take the practice of seeing people as souls instead of just people, instead of just a customer or a member or
Mm,
whoever that is. Because sometimes we get kind of lost in that. We see people as superficial, or we don't see them as actual people in our jobs as well. So there's a lot of different ways we can go about this. So
yeah,
that's all I
man.
got.
That's all you got. That was a lot to get. That was good, man. You covered so many points. Doesn't leave me with much to translate or interpret here. However, I'll piggyback on the part that you're talking about with work. I think that's great. The spiritual practice at work, maybe even actively seeking out places where you can, or people where you can plug in to being more of service in a different way than you have been at that particular job up until this point, and being challenging yourself to be more mindful and be more present in the day to day work activities, in the meetings, in the and just relish those moments of presence. Maybe not the particular content or company that you're surrounded by is something that you would want to relish, but just life. And in that moment, there's always magic around you, and it's just a matter of, like Ray said, finding that spiritual practice at work that you can plug into. So yeah, yeah, I think that's a great challenge.
Yeah.
I think that really refreshes, or can refresh, a stale work environment.
Right.
Something that may have become stagnant to us can be revitalized through just a new way that we step through the office or the workplace. Maybe you slow down a little bit. Maybe you make more eye contact with the people that you work with, ask more questions, um, become more personal with people, and more caring and more engaging. I don't know. Um, the one thing I pulled out of the reading, especially after you shared everything that you did, Ray,
Hmm.
was something I was led to earlier as I was doing some YouTube research and stuff. And it was a great video for creators out there of all sorts. So, we talk about side hustles and projects and businesses as an entrepreneur, or just an artist of sorts. That we procrastinate a lot as creators. We don't think we're good enough. We don't think the product is good enough. We don't think our skills are quite ready to launch yet. And the one resounding thing that the messages that I was receiving today through this was, and by now way of this card, is don't wait. The most successful people that have really made big splashes out there would say the one regret, excuse me, that they've had, whether they've been doing it for 1 year or 10 years, is that they waited and they lost a whole year, or they lost 5 years. And in one particular gentleman's case, I think it was 7 years that he waited before he released his first video. And he wished he had that time back to make content that maybe isn't the best. And as artists, as people with great eyes for talent and for what's beautiful or what's entertaining, uh, a lot of times, if we don't feel like our product or our creations are there yet, we won't put anything out there. And that's the biggest blunder that we can make. We need to put everything out there and make that just part of the journey, and part of the the landscape, which is what we are as souls. Like this is me now, and this is me 14 years from now. It doesn't matter, but it's just such a cosmic crime to keep all that stuff inside. Let it spill forth. Make art. Go out there and make art, folks, and create those companies and fail and make mistakes and be a beautiful mess every wonderful step of the way, because you can't get to that next level until you take that first step on level one. So get out there, do it. That's all I got.
Very good. Very good. All right. The hetero fonts. Okay. Underneath it says mentor seeking knowledge. It is in its simplest form, the hierophant represents a mentor or teacher. This card signifies a hunger for knowledge, whether it is in the practical or in the spiritual realm. You've come as far as you can on your own. Now it's time to deepen your practice. Don't hesitate. Join a class, go to a workshop. Don't be afraid of new experiences. A new ceremony or ritual may prove to be both comforting and rewarding. Open your heart, and your teacher will soon appear.
Oh, I love that message. I love that card, especially in the wake of what we just shared.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Ask, sit in silence, go on a peaceful walking meditation, and call your teachers in, call your mentors in, open your heart wide and ask for guidance to show up. And don't ask how, don't ask when, what. Just I guess ask for the what, but not the why, any of that stuff. Just what you want in a teacher, or I guess the why is good too, like why you want that. Just, but again, I think the key is opening your heart wide and saying you're ready to receive teaching a teacher. And I love the idea, the imagery of joining a group, something new, something, a ceramics class, a meditation circle, some go, go to a drum circle if you've never been. Meet some incredible people and make some lifelong connections for sure. um, if social gatherings are a challenge for you, whether it's something that's of the now or just in general terms, um, then do something online. If that's a little more comfortable for you and you feel like you can work yourself into that. um, if it's something where you can't even do it online because too many people is overwhelming for you, I get that too. I have people in my circle where that's a very challenging thing. So maybe you seek out something like a little more one-on-one, or don't seek it all. Just ask and allow it to be provided for you. Say, this
Yeah.
is this is what I need in a teacher, and allow that person to show up in a coffee shop or online in an email, in some type of workshop or something that resonates with you. And just, again, I can't emphasize enough how important it is through this manifestation, and how great of a time this is, because these messages have been coming in for me to ask for new teachers, and for new just people in general to show up and share their wisdom with me in community and in a relationship that is one of teaching. Open your heart wide. Just blast the doors wide open. Let it come in.
I also think too that sometimes we may have resistance towards asking for help, looking for a teacher. Sometimes some of us are very independent thinking, and so like we go back on some of those other videos. It's okay to ask for help, and sometimes you may feel stagnant, you may feel frustrated, especially at work, and sometimes our pride might get in the way, and it's okay to seek advice from other people. Maybe that's a peer, maybe that's somebody who at work, maybe it was maybe somebody that you used to work with, or somebody, or bounce some ideas off a boss. If you're starting something new, like a new project, or a new side business, asking some friends for what they think, and ideas. Maybe even sometimes the best ideas come from somebody who's maybe not even in that field. you know a new set of eyes, a new set of ears can always bring new ideas because their minds aren't trapped in this concept of seeing things your way or maybe the same way as people in that same industry or field. So sometimes getting someone from an outside, totally different field can come. So, and another thing too is it's just being open and maybe even seeing everybody as your teacher because everybody has some kind of lesson they can offer you. So, and like that goes back to changing your perspective of people that you see and seeing everybody as souls. And maybe people could even teach you like how you don't want to be as well. Even the people you don't like, the people that rub you the wrong way, they're teachers as well. They could be showing you that you have resistance somewhere or that there's something inside you that needs to be healed. So just be open, and don't be afraid to ask for advice and seek answers from other people.
Dude, you are on point and on fire today, and thus the disco ball and the sunglasses and the shirt. Dude, you're in the zone, bro. And I just wanted to say one more thing based on what you said. You brought up that it's okay to ask for help. Um, Always. However, let us all be mindful and sensitive to the fact that for some people, because of trauma, it's the most difficult thing in the world for some people to do is ask for help. So when we show up and we want to help, or we see someone that really needs help and they're resistant to it or asking for it, we need to know that, oh, take a step back for a second. Like, this might be the most challenging thing in this person's life to ask for help because they were shamed or they were punished or they were hurt in some really, really just treacherous way that makes them feel like it is not safe to ask for help. And so how do we help people like that we instantly can feel a sense of resistance to? I think we just provide unconditional presence for them and make them aware that we are there for them when and if they do feel it's safe to share with us or be with us in that way and in that space that might ultimately bring a level of healing to them. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
All right.
All right,
Relationships.
relationships.
I got another deck. I'm
What
going to
deck you
show
got?
you my deck. Here's
Wisdom of the
the
Oracle.
wisdom of the Oracle.
Wisdom of the Oracle.
Such a wonderfully weird and magical four-armed being there.
Yeah, that's kind of
It's
cool.
very interesting. I love this deck for a lot of different reasons. Most of it is its whimsical nature. You got those,
Nice. It's like
yeah.
a 96 or it could be a 69.
You said that last time, and then I tried to remember what I think they're called. They're the ameliorites or Amelia. If someone knows, comment below. Let us know what those snail-like things are called. Ammonites. I think I might have just hit it. Ammonite.
Mennonites.
Ah, it's gone.
It kind of reminds me of the thing in like the Matrix. They got like sucked out of like Neo.
Yeah, I need to watch The Matrix again, man. It keeps people keep
I
talking
watched
about
it
it.
a few
Keeps
weeks
coming
ago.
up. Did you?
Yeah.
Ah, fresh on the thinker.
All right.
Sip of powder of three. Damn it, power of three powder? I don't know. Something.
Got to be hydrated for this.
It's a work in
I got
progress. Oh, zing, zing. Cacao. Mm.
I got the Mother of Cups. Look at
Wig.
this. Was that a goose?
Oh, Mother Goose of Cups. All right.
Mother of Goose, Mother of Cups,
Ray, help me out
Mother
here.
of Geese.
Wiggle it just a little bit. Wiggle it just a little bit. Ray, I need you like, where am I going? Tell me, like,
Right there. Oh,
here?
yeah.
Okay, now, folks, remember, this is relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. Can be friend, could be neighbor, could be relative, could be pet, whatever. Relationship. Pick Ray, pick me, pick us
Whatever
both.
you want.
Set intention. Here's my card. Our card.
Ooh,
What does it say?
Go to the sea. Go or
Of the sea?
Of the sea? I can't read that
No,
actually.
to the sea.
To
To
the
the
sea.
sea. To the sea we
All right,
go.
to the sea.
Cut to the Sea Titans. um, number 7. Dun, 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 for all you numerology friends out there. Number 7, and it looks like a woman in a bathtub boat of sorts with a weather vane on it, and there's a face in the clouds up here. I don't know. Looks like George Washington or some shit. Um, to the sea. All right,
All
you
right, I'm
first.
gonna
You're
read
first.
my Mother of Cups.
This
The
is
Mother of Cups.
relationship, Ray.
All right.
Relationship.
Okay, it says Mother of Cups, insightful, psychic. The Mother of Cups rivals the High Priestess with her natural psychic abilities. She's a gentle, tranquil woman whose insights bring healing to those around her. She thrives when amidst her family, the arts, and music, or of beauty of any kind. Like a true swan, when the Mother of Cups is pushed, she becomes aggressive and defensive. She'll commonly she'll commonly see herself as the victim when distressed in a situation.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
No, sorry. No, no, no. I just wonder if that was it.
You may read a part of it again or no?
What part do you feel called to reiterate?
Okay. Let's see. She thrives when amidst her family, the arts, and music or beauty of any kind. Like a true swan, the Mother of Cups is pushed. When she's pushed, she becomes aggressive and defensive. She'll commonly see herself as the victim when distressed in a situation.
All right.
She brings insights to and healing to those around her.
So she thrives, surrounded by art, music, dance, etc. Okay, I like that. I like to adhere to that part of the message. Um, maybe put yourself in those places of. Now, this is as it pertains to relationships. So this could be, for me, it feels like it doesn't necessarily have to be um, together in this particular relationship, but maybe as you're trying to connect more deeply with this relationship, understand it more, bring healing to it, whatever you've inquired about, maybe uh, it'll help you thrive by connecting with a medium that you feel most intuitively guided to connect with. Maybe it's music, and set your intention about this particular person and listen to some music. Um, Whether it's nostalgic music that reminds you of that person, or just you allow Spotify to take you on a journey and see where it takes you. Maybe classical music. Classical music is a great way to connect with your emotions, and it'll take you through a range of inner adventure if you allow it to. I love classical music for meditation and for helping me very specifically in this regard too, as it pertains to relationships with other people. So maybe give it a whirl, or whatever you feel called to. Maybe for you it's jazz, or what is it called, EDM music? I don't know. um, uh, what else was I going to say? Or if it's not necessarily music that's calling to you, maybe it's a painting. Maybe think about this particular person and paint how you feel about that person. Draw,
Yeah.
and allow art to be your therapy as it relates to this relationship that you have inquired about, and see what comes out, and then either keep that for yourself or share that creation or your revelations that come forth um, through connecting with some type of artistic medium with this particular person. Say, hey, I was listening to classical music all day, and this is what it made me think about us, or you and I, and where we're at in our relationship. Or, hey, I painted this picture of how I feel about you. I don't know. That's just what I get from it.
For me, this kind of seems like a little bit of a divine feminine energy. I mean, obviously, it's divine feminine energy. It's the Mother of Cups, and maybe it's getting in touch with that divine feminine aspect within ourselves, which are kind of enjoying arts, enjoying music. Not that it's not, that could be, it's not necessarily, not that that stuff can't be masculine, but I mean, in sort of allowing yourself to get involved in that, lose yourself in music, lose yourself in art. And that could, it talks about healing, and definitely that could be healing, is allowing that to come up, and whatever resistance you have to expressing yourself creatively. And also it says too is that when the Mother of Cups um, is that gets very defensive, and very pushy when someone she loves, um, is maybe in harm's way, or she perceives that. So just because that femininity is there, that divine feminine, doesn't mean that divine masculine is gone. So you think about like a mom, a very protective mother, you know, could be very feminine at one moment, and then bam, she becomes like a
Mm.
like a lion, like a protector for those people that she cares about. So you still kind of maintain that edge, that protection, and that protector part of you to those people that you care about. But at the same time, though, you don't have to be possessive and controlling either. So enjoy that, enjoy the arts, enjoy being it's kind of being like a free spirit. But being a free spirit doesn't mean that you get taken advantage of, or you allow the other people that you care about to be taken advantage of. Very quickly you could kind of step in that role, become, well, they use a swan, but I'm kind of more envisioning more of like a lion, you know. And I think if you could see people like that we know of, sometimes I know like people that seem kind of very friendly, very easygoing, very humble, and then they get pushed, or you mess with somebody that they care about, and all suddenly you see that person transform into somebody you've never seen before. I've seen that before in people that I've known, or people I've gone to school with or worked with, or out in public. It's like, whoa. Even myself, people have gotten kind of like, whoa, they never seen that side of me before. It's because I don't walk around like like I'm hard or I'm some tough guy. But mess with someone that I care about, and you will see that side of me. So I guess it pertains in relationships is can maybe connect with that parts of you that's feminine, but don't be afraid to connect that part that you're going to lose that masculine aspect. The masculine aspect will still be there. So don't worry about that, and explore arts, explore music, explore healing. That's all I got.
Awesome, man. No, that was awesome, man. You inspired me to be remembered by your reading of what I would consider one of the most powerful and profound practices that we can employ on this planet when it comes to relationships, when it comes to healing, when it comes to connecting. And that is write this person a letter. Whomever you've wondered about, whoever you're reflecting on, or you've put your intention into either one or both of these readings today, write, if they've passed, write them a letter. If they're still here today on this planet, write them a letter. You don't have to send it to them, but the process of writing out a letter, dude, that's, I mean, I can't think of anything more divine masculine than that, right? Well, I mean, like, you're putting the pen to the pad. That is inspired action, man. That is
Right.
that is taking a step to to pour out, to be present, to take step to forward moving energy is getting this expression out. And I feel, um, if you have the courage to share that letter with that person, to kudos, send it, present it, whatever. It could be one of the most transformative experiences of your life as far as that relationship with that particular person is. Or write it, read it out loud, record yourself reading it so you can see it or hear it back, and then burn it.
Yeah.
So if you don't feel like it's the most healing or positively connective thing that you could do with or for this other person or yourself, and release it into the ethers. I don't know. Just a thought. Write a
Yeah.
letter.
It's a really
So
good idea.
strong.
Really good idea.
All right. Oh, I've got a card. I've got a golden ticket. All right. Card number 7. Girl in a bathtub. A bathtub boat. with a weather vane and George Washington in the sky. Card number 7. To the sea.
To
To
the
the sea.
sea.
To the sea. To the sea. I love going to the sea,
Indeed.
man. It's one of my favorite things. But I was born in a town right next to the sea, so it makes sense. All right, the essential meanings. Being in flow. That's FLOW, flow. Being in flow. Returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. Here, I love this book because it has oracle message, prosperity message, protection message, which is if you pull it in reverse, we did not. Here's the relationship message. There are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Poetry snaps. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Question mark. Can you both understand your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Question mark. Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads.
Very good.
Period. What do you think?
Well, I think sometimes going with the flow is a hard thing for a lot of people, especially people who have been in traumatic relationships. Because a lot of times we're in that traumatic relationship, if we've been abandoned or rejected, we kind of anticipate sometimes that could happen. Maybe we've been cheated on before or lied to or betrayed in some way. And I think a lot of us have, and, at least at some point in our life. So sometimes that builds that insecurity. So when we approach a new relationship, we want that control. We want to like kind of steer the ship our way because if we're afraid of letting that go, if we let it go, and then we're afraid that that outcome is gonna reappear, where somehow we're gonna get hurt or betrayed or something. So we become possessive, a lot of times after we've been hurt. And so sometimes we may have to do some kind of healing after that, um, childhood stuff, shadow work, and there's things in relationships that we can't control, that's beyond our control. And we can, there's certain ways we could still steer the ship towards what we want, but in the same way though, we can't really control the outcome. And it seems like the more we try to push and the more we try to pull and control, usually those are the things that kind of cause the relationship to, you know, to break up or causes disaster. So lead with the heart, do your best, work on yourself, and ride the wave and go with the flow.
Thank you, Phoenix Ray. I've got one word that sums it all up for me. Again, it's been coming to me, so I feel as a part of this incoming energetic flow of next week, it only makes sense to share it because it feels like it's 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 trying to break through, at least to me, and it's coming out in these readings. Sprinkles here, sprinkles there. It's drizzling here, um, and it's one word that I'll share by way of many words. Here we go, without being too long-winded. The card is to the sea. Like I said, I love going to the ocean. I used to think when I was younger um, that when you're at the beach, man, you got to do stuff. You got to go ride the waves, man. You got to go body surfing, boogie boarding, whatever. You got to get out there and go look for shells. You got to dig, make sandcastles. You got to soak up the beach. You got to do. And I'd see these people sitting on the beach doing nothing, and it made no sense to me. I've shared this before, but I'll share it again. It makes sense to me now in my 40s. Like, whoa, I just want to go to the beach and sit there and do nothing. Like, not because I don't have the energy or because I don't have the gumption to do stuff anymore. It's because there's a profundity in the waves and just the environment, the beauty of it all, and just soaking it up and allowing, because it says here, go with the flow, just allowing the flow of the ocean and the waves to affect you without agenda, without having to do something. So as it pertains to relationships, um, just allowing the relationship to be, yeah, it's very difficult. Again, trauma. Seeing life through the lens of trauma is not a depressing thing. It's not a negative thing. It's just a thing that more of us should seriously consider adopting in our practice, and to understand, so we can connect with each other and ourselves more deeply. Trauma is a real thing. We all have it. Trauma. Please be open to understanding trauma more deeply in yourself and in others. The word is listen. Listen to this relationship, to this person, to whatever or whomever you've inquired about, in a way and to a depth you've never quested to before. And that's just by simply being present with that person, not trying to change things, not trying to make things better, air quotes for those of you listening and not watching, but just to listen to what is and allow things to be and learn from that moment of being in the moment. With each and every need that comes up in this relationship or conversation that comes up, be in that, shut devices off, shut the TV off. Instead of going somewhere with a lot of circus lights and clowns and shit, go somewhere where there's no distractions except for the beauty of nature, perhaps somewhere simple like the beach. Go at a time where there's no other people there and just sit on the sand and listen to the waves or each other, maybe without even conversation, and just listening to the silence of one another's heart, and the beating that which can be shared in absolute just presence and unconditional just attunement with one another. Press your heart up against that other person if it makes sense in that particular relationship. Or maybe you can do that through a long distance visualization and meditation of sorts. If it's someone that's passed, or if it's someone that's really, really far away, connect in that manner, just by visualization and just listening, not asking questions, but just listening. If questions come up in the respect of the dialogue, the conversation, whatever, sure. But that's all I got for you. Listen, it's such a powerful word. If we understand it and we give it a chance to breathe in a way that we've never allowed it to before. Listen.
I think it's kind of just giving space to the relationship, pretty much. That's kind of how I see it.
Good. Hey, what happened to the club, man? It's like it's so bright in there now.
You know what? Because the sun came out.
Oh shit! Dude, so you didn't change the lighting? That was just the sun being down. That's why when we first.
Yeah.
Oh.
The disco light's still on.
Right, I see the light, but so earlier you didn't have like all the lights
It was,
shut off or
it was
whatever.
thunderstorming. It was darker. That's why.
Oh, it was so cool. I don't know if when we started the podcast it was with the light the way it is now, or if it was dark.
No, it was dark. Now the sun's out somewhat now, so it's.
Maybe we'll get lucky and the club will come back.
I'll close the blinds.
Oh yeah, maybe before the end of the show you can. Maybe before the end of the show you can jump up and close the blinds and give us the club one more time.
All right.
Maybe if you're feeling it. Yeah.
This is general overall energy.
Right.
You know what? I'm gonna go do that now.
Yay! I'm gonna show you the deck I got. He just said general overall energy. Energy. Bringing it back, Ray. Bringing back the energy deck. Here's the back side of the card. Energy. It's the energy deck, Ray.
Is that better?
It's still bright, but it's cool.
All right. What is the energy deck? Okay.
Yeah, energy. Yeah. For general incoming energy and or shadow. What you don't know, you don't know.
Oh, you see it more now.
A little bit. Yeah.
You know what? Too. You know what? I had it going. I'll get it going a little bit more.
Yeah, man.
I think it's noise generated. So if I put the music on.
Can we have music? Are we allowed to have music? I don't know how it works, man. Yeah, it was so much darker, dude. I don't know. Maybe we need the thunderclouds to come back.
I don't know.
But
All
yeah,
right.
you're working out the same deck, right?
I'm running the same deck.
Okay,
Wild
so if you have questions for Ray or question, set your attention now. Same for me. Ask a general incoming energetic question for Ray for 7-11-21. Ask this deck that's about to pop for the same or different. Maybe you want to know something about your shadow, so you can ask this deck or Ray's deck about, what you don't know. You want to know something about your subconscious that you need to connect with to help you in your journey in one way or another, from one brother to another.
We just the Bodhi Bros. That's all.
That's it. We just pull cards. We were just guided to put this channel together, to work together, to hang out once a week together, and to connect with you all in ways initially online that made sense, and then hopefully eventually in person at events, retreats, adventures.
Adventures.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
We might just show up to your house and just.
That's it. Knock, knock, knock. It's the Bodhi Bros. That's it. It'll be. Yeah, I don't know how we'll find you, but we'll find you.
Find you.
And then that's it. We'll use the decks to guide us to your home. We'll knock on your door. We'll have our camera crew, and then you either sign the consent form or not, and we're off on an adventure or not. Who knows?
We need to do an episode where we take our decks on a deck and we pull from a deck.
Done.
All right, my card is the 7 of Pentacles. You can see that little row of pentacles going up. It's all 7 of them.
7 pentacles. Got it. Okay, I'm gonna pull from Ray. Help me out again. I'm having trouble today. Do you feel like where are we at here? Hold on.
I'm thinking near the top of the deck.
Like
near the top.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay. Like this one?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, Ray, me likey. Cornucopia.
Ooh.
Number 11. Abundance spilling forth. Cornucopia. This has got to be good.
It has to be good.
Woo! How can
corn of plenty, as they also call it.
Oh, ooh. I like that even better. I mean, it is fun to say cornucopia, but horn of plenty is nice as well. Okay. I can never get a card to stick to my head. Why do people do that? Is it a game or something?
I don't know.
Cornucopia. All right. Who am I first?
Yeah, you got it.
All right. Card number 11 for all you numerology friends out there. 11. Upright, which it was. An abundant harvest and great blessings are waiting for you. And you may even find all of your wishes fulfilled. Holy shit. That's
all?
A lot. That's a pretty bold statement.
Well, there's a cornucopia.
That's true. Or horn of plenty, if you will. This cornucopia of gifts from the universe can come in the form of financial riches. Oh, woohoo! Job fulfillment, romantic love. Man, this just wraps it all up. Or, Ray, ready for this? All of the above. When you receive the cornucopia upright, you know that you've done important work and it's about to pay off. The seeds you've planted in your energy and in your life are ready to be harvested in some significant ways. Get ready, for a great feast of abundant value is being prepared for you now, and Spirit is applauding all of your effort. Come on, do we need to even do an interpretation of that?
I don't even know what to even say about that one.
Do we have to say anything?
I mean, that kind of... I mean...
You could say something. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't think there is a better card in this whole damn universe that you could have picked, except that one. I mean, that's a slot machine. That's the jackpot right there.
That's the
you just pull the damn jackpot Bing, 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 bing. Lights. You know why? You
Right,
have to
right.
close the door because it's like casino lights can go off.
Call the attendant.
Bing,
Call
bing,
the
bing.
attendant.
Bar, bar, bar. That's what that
And bingo was his name. Oh,
is.
I mean, I'm not even. I have no interpretation except.
That's
I,
the money shot. That's the money shot right there.
I
That
hope
was
you
just
were listening. That's it. I hope.
oh man.
I hope.
I hope you picked. I hope everyone picked your card.
I, I hope so too. I hope they picked yours too. I hope they picked yours too because I have a feeling. I have a feeling that the Pentacles are gonna guide us to dancing. I don't know. I just have a feeling that it's gonna be something about dancing.
All right. All right.
I
Let's
do.
read mine. I don't
I
know. I
do.
have nothing else to say about yours. I mean,
No,
yours
I
is.
don't either. I don't either.
It's
Just I
just
hope.
like it says it all. It's like what else is there? You know.
I hope it just be
Just
ready, folks. Be ready to receive 7-Eleven the week of
and so it
7-Eleven
is.
21.
7-Eleven, man. Roll the dice.
You've been doing. You showed up to this channel. You're listening. You're paying attention for a reason because you're working on yourself or you want to work on yourself. Know that the fruits of abundance are going to be ripe for the dropping. It's not even picking. They're just going to drop in your hands
Yeah.
because
Stuff
you've
like
been
that.
because of everything, all the efforts that you've put forth. That's it. Go,
And not
Ray.
even just one wish. All wishes.
Right.
All.
I'm telling you, your card's about
Why
dancing.
not all? Because you know what? We set up these limitations in our mind that we say like, well, I could have this, but I can't have that, and blah
Right.
blah blah blah. We set those own boundaries
We do.
ourselves. We put that limitation.
Stop
Those
it.
obstacles are all in our mind, all conditioned.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Knock it
Allow. Allow.
off. Knock it off.
Nah. Hey, your card's about dancing. I feel it, man. I'm just telling you, I feel it.
No,
I
man.
feel it.
It looks like a slow dance. It's a period of contemplation.
It might be a slow dance. It's still a dance.
Curious card. The Seven of Pentacles shows a period of contemplation and uncertainty. You're looking back at all of your hard work and wondering if it has been a failure or a success. You can't seem to decide, shouldn't you be reaping more rewards by now? Maybe so, but the mind has control over perception. It's possible your rewards are waiting for you to recognize them. They are not always monetary.
I I mean, it feels like a dance to me, man. It does. I mean, it feels like a dance to me because like you're moving and grooving in between those, have I done, should I, it goes back to earlier too, when we were talking about, here's the story of Bodhi Brady. um, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier too about, whatchamacallit, what was I trying to say? Just making art. Just do it, not second guessing yourself, not procrastinating, but just taking a step forward and putting stuff out there, putting yourself out there. And so you can, you can look back and say, I took that time to invest in myself and in sharing my gifts with the world and in just being a display of that courage and inspiring others to do the same so that we can fill the world with more beautiful art and connect with each other in more wonderful ways, just by that freedom of expression. Will It's funny how I say it like that, but what that ultimately does is it brings us like that. It's just such a unifying force. So yeah, dance, get it. Previous episode, I don't remember which one, but whatever, it was like never stop dancing. It was wise sage words shared to me from a real life Yoda of sorts. It said never stop dancing. So just keep moving. And I think that's what I'm trying to say, and that's the move, the dance, and that's why I felt like the Pentacles was going to be a dance, is the movement. Just don't stop.
Yeah.
Create. Don't. You can't. It's easier said than done, yes, especially as a creator, as an artist. But because we get depressed, we get frustrated, and we have the trauma, folks. If you know an artist and you're like, come on, man, just make it pushing them doesn't work. Being lovingly present with them is probably the greatest gift you can do, and supporting in the most gentle of ways. But pushing them and saying, come on, man, that does nothing but but compound injury. And trauma is a real thing, folks. And they're called tortured artists for a reason. I mean, but we all have trauma. So we just need to recognize that. Trauma, trauma, trauma. I can't say it enough. I was going to make a commitment to saying the word trauma multiple times on all of these episodes because we need to bring more attention to it. But dance, keep moving, and in every regard of your life. And I don't just mean metaphorically, I also mean physically. Dance, damn
Yeah.
it, dance into your job,
He has to move.
in through your relationships, and just in general terms, because that's what we do here, relationships, career, general terms, and with your shadows. Dance with those
No.
damn monsters.
What I kind of like saw this as like saying a curious card of introspection and contemplation, and it talks about reaping rewards and thinking like, shouldn't I have, gotten this stuff? I've worked all this hard and I've manifested. And sometimes what we manifest doesn't always come the way how we expected it. He said, not all rewards are always monetary. So sometimes we try to manifest things and we think I want money, I want wealth, and we're trying to work on wealth, but sometimes that wealth can come in different forms. Not always going to be money coming at you or winning the lottery or maybe getting a promotion. Sometimes there's other means of getting money or getting not even what money is what that money means to you. What were you going to do with that money? How does that money make you feel? See, the feelings are always more, a lot of times we want what we want because we want the feeling that thing brings us. So we want money because money gives us the feeling of freedom, a feeling of love, a feeling of success. But sometimes we do other things that give us that same feeling. So maybe we are manifesting what that money was going to, how that money was going to make us feel. Maybe that kind of comes in a relationship or a new friendship or a vacation
The
or
mentor.
something or
Remember, we're
something, whatever
we're
else
supposed to
comes
be
up.
asking for a mentor, right?
Yeah.
That
So sometimes
that
that mentor can come, and
dude,
that could
that's
be
an endlessly valuable thing to have. I mean, you can't put a price tag on a life's mentor. You know.
right. So there's a lot of other ways, other riches can come and wealth can come your way, other than the way that you're thinking. So sometimes it's, sometimes we get kind of narrow minded in that quest of what we want. And sometimes, you may be like, I want to be a spiritual teacher. I want to be the next Teal Swan or Ramdas or something like that. And you know what? But then you look around, it's like, wow, maybe you didn't reach those heights, but maybe you've helped a lot of people along the way. And you're like, man, you know what? I've touched a lot. You look back and look, you're like, man, I've touched a lot of people's lives. I've helped a lot of people deal with stuff, a lot of healing and everything like that. So it's like, hey, you know what? I did manifest that, and I did manifest whatever that is. And sometimes we're just kind of ignorant. We're a little naive and a little blind to those things when they show up because we're expecting a package to look like this, and sometimes it's like small package that comes our way. We're like, what is this? And really that thing is actually just as important, just as valuable as that big
Yeah.
package was. So just be open-minded about what comes your way, what you manifest, and sometimes let go of that judging mind and don't be so critical and judgmental on yourself. And you know what, you're doing the best you can, you know so be easy on yourself, be loving towards yourself, and continue to ride that wave.
Yeah, man. I think it all. This card is the laces on this sweet ass brand new pair of kicks, man. Because I mean, you just tied it all up with this card, bro. I mean, uh, and I kept hearing when you pulled that card, I kept hearing the dancing thing, and I didn't know why, and I thought I was going to have to comically intertwine it into the reading somehow, and you brought that forth with us with the. I think maybe it's going to be a slow dance, bro, but but seriously, the more I think about it, the more it settles in. Like it does weave into the other readings too, in the sense that
Letting go of control.
yeah. And they say life is a dance. And what do you do when you're dancing with another partner? When we're talking about relationships and stuff, is you listen with your body. I was just talking about that word listen. And so
Yeah.
just taking a step back and allowing, as you've been pointing out, to just and this was this was earlier too, just allowing things to be as they are and just be in that moment. And that's how we, we navigate life in a very, um, oh gosh, what's the word I'm looking for, in a very, I want to say attuned way, but there's a better word. Uh,
Aligned.
yeah, aligned. And look, I'll even go on a stretch here and say a magical way. When we just when we go with that flow and we plug into that divine source energy
Yeah.
and trust and just listen, then life becomes that dance. And dance, most people enjoy dance, and dancing's fun. Or it's, even if we feel nervous about it in front of other people or awkward, it's it's still one of those activities that just brings so much joy. So I mean, Ray, this was a good. I'm so glad you brought the disco light, man. And look, I didn't even think about the damn disco light. I think that subliminally, it was pushing that theme of dance into me. But and that's we've been. I think we danced more in this episode than we ever have before, folks. Never stop dancing. Get out there and dance. Damn it. Get your friends together, meet up, go do a dance party. We
Yes.
don't dance enough. Go to a drum circle, dance, get wild, get free,
It's
dance.
all a dance.
Seven of
All
Pentacles.
a dance. The
Seven of
divine
Pentacles.
dance
I
of the
want
Shiva Shakti energies.
to, yeah, buddy. I want to learn more about tarot. Like, I'm going to start pulling more from tarot decks
Okay.
because I'm not familiar with any of the cards.
I mean,
Anytime,
I am a little bit, but I'm not like anything.
I,
I mean, you can get really into that. I mean, there's whole books and
yeah. I
the
don't mean
various
that.
symbols and what this means and
Yeah. I'm talking kiddie pool. I'm not talking deep end off the diving board
yeah.
tarot.
I don't
Yeah.
think you need all that stuff really.
No. I like that it's a surprise too that I don't know. When you like, I don't know what Seven of Pentacles is, but there are
Well,
plenty
it's
of
like called the wild unknown.
dun dun dun. And there are people out there that are tarot experts. That's not what we do. We're the Bodhi Bros. We dabble and here, there. We're like a
We're
smorgasbord.
not that kind of show. We just give you the unfiltered raw what it means and
Yes.
boom.
All right.
We ain't got time for that.
That's right. No, it's not time for
All
that.
that esoteric crap.
This is the
Whatever.
buffet of life right here, folks. That's it. And on that note, this has been another, unless you have anything else, right?
I'm good, man. Like, share, subscribe.
I'm John with a J.
Phoenix Ray.
We'll see you next week, folks.
We out.